Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Week 2 of playing MapleStory properly is finally here. This week we're getting to level 220. We have a 20-year lasting fight with Lucid and Chaos Succumb, work on our Legion and Links, and we're almost getting banned. Let's get started. First things first, we do our Vanishing Journey and Choo Choo dailies. I finally finished all Arcane symbols on my main account, so I can spend more time on these dailies now. We also complete Monster Park twice a day for a good chunk of EXP and coins to buy potions and that drop pendant that I mentioned in the last episode. You can also add a Maple Tour to your dailies. This is an easy way to get more mesos and power elixirs. I kinda skipped out on that one though, since I don't have that much time, and we're getting plenty of mesos from our daily normal bosses and Ursus of course. We're doing our daily hunting quests and side missions to level up our Arcane symbols. I can't wait for those additional quests like Choo Choo PQ to turn into weeklies in the summer update. That's gonna be so nice. And of course we're doing our daily bosses for mesos. Still no luck with the Magnus drops though. The Neotoku event was also ending soon, so I collected my final coins and bought a lot of symbols and node stones to level up my 5th job skills and my Arcane symbols. We also got a free pet from the Fairy Bros event. We're still using the free snail, but once that one expires, we can start using this pet. We can revive this one if I remember correctly though, so we should be good there. Alright, you know what? Enough with this baby mode gameplay, it's time for some freaking hardcore bossing. Okay, maybe not super hardcore because we're still kinda early game, but anyway, we'll first unlock the Arcarium boss fight after we did part of the Silent Crusade questline last time. Make sure to stand in the safe zones when Arcarium does that screen crack one shot, so you take reduced damage. You still take damage though, it's just reduced by like 10%, so make sure to pot. The boss fight went fine though until the end where I kinda started choking. Still beat up the old man though, so all good, giving us a new pendant. Next, we complete the Temple of Time questline to unlock Pink Bean. This boss drops potentially a nice belt, a good pocket item, and a black bean mark. However, Nexon noticed my progression and decided I was probably hacking. I never had this message appear in the Temple of Time though. It was just a DC, so all good, but what the heck, man. I didn't even inject totems on this character. Anyway, moving on. We fought and defeated normal Pink Bean, but we didn't get lucky with any drops. Those boss crystals though are starting to bring us some good money. Because I was getting quite unlucky though with all the drops, I decided to reroll my inner ability so I could get some drop rate. Let's see if we actually get some drops now. The next boss on the list was Golux. We fought normal Golux but also did not get any nice equipment. I think I'm cursed. Golux can be unlocked through the level 180 questline by the way if you're looking for that. The next day I leveled up after completing all the dailies and grinding for a bit. And this time Pink Bean dropped, again nothing. Not sure what this bean has against sharing his wealth though, but our wealth, but yeah, whatever. I also got 10 level up potions from the Spring Blossom event. We're going to use those later once we start working on our Legion and Links. The next day we also had a greed pendant for that additional equipment drop rate equipped, and luck was finally on our side. Pink Bean dropped a new belt and Magnus dropped a badge. Now we're getting somewhere. The more boss set items we have, the higher our ignore defense, which will be super helpful later on. After this, I focused a bit more on grinding, reaching level 216, and I completed the Yum Yum Island questline. So far, I really like grinding in Slurpy Forest depths with this class. Before we continue on the main though, I got in those level up potions and a Burninator from the daily login event, so I was inclined to also work on some Legion and Link skill mules since we don't want those to go to waste. With the Burninator, I leveled up a Mercedes. She is currently level 125 and her Link skill level 2 gives 15% bonus EXP and her Legion effect reduces skill cooldowns, which is also great. I then created a mechanic. This Link skill makes you invincible for 2 more seconds after dying, but we never died during boss fights anyway, so that's not really that useful for us. Instead though, I made a mechanic purely for the Legion effect. This class is the only class in the game whose Legion effect increases buff duration. This makes buffs like Infinity last a few seconds longer, and boy do we mages love that buff. It gives a ton of final damage, so the longer we have it active, the better. And since I had those level up potions anyway, I got my mechanic to level 141 and then used all of those on him. He got to level 183 and I plan to get another 10 level up potions from the Pink Bean and Yeti event and use those to get this character to level 200 for the 5% additional buff duration from the Legion effect. I think it gives 20% in total and right now we're at 15. Quick tip I can give for those leveling those mules: at level 100 go to Succumb and only kill the arms, then leave and re-enter 30 minutes later to kill the whole thing. Make use of this while you can though, because in MapleStory Korea, Succumb's arms and Horntail's EXP was nerfed a few days ago. The 30-minute cooldown was removed when you want to re-enter boss fights, and to prevent abuse they made this change, so we can expect this to come our way as well sooner or later, probably sooner. With that done, I went back to grind on my main. I still had 2 more level up potions from the Neo Tokyo event that would expire soon, as well as some arcane symbol selectors that were blinking red expiring, and it would be a shame to let them go to waste. So I grinded at my favorite map, Slurpy Forest Depths, for the next few hours until I hit level 218. I used the 2 potions to reach level 220 and unlock the next area, Lechelin, and wow, this was great fun. Since this account is like 2 weeks old, we didn't really level up our arcane symbols by all that much, and this fight with Lucid, it was hell, it took so long. At least story mode Lucid isn't very deadly, but boy oh boy do I miss hyper burning right now. I can't wait for that to come back in June. 15 minutes later, story mode Lucid was finally defeated, and I received my new symbol. I still had a few symbol selector coupons that were expiring, so I dropped them all on this guy, since it is a tough one to level up compared to the first 2. The next target on our list is Kale's Zakum, but before we fight him, I want to show off my equipment, stats and symbols, everything that we've gotten so far. Right now, we are at 6k stats, and we have more buff duration thanks to the Mechanic Legion effect, and more drop rate thanks to our inner. Gear-wise, I didn't have time to do the Von Leeuwen pre-quest yet, so that's still on the list. We did get a new pendant from Icarium and a new belt from Pink Bean. I also rerolled the potential stats on my weapons, so we now have some magic attack in there. I also got potential on my cape, and we got that Magnus badge. No luck yet with the pocket item though from Pink Bean, but I'm pretty sure we'll get that soon enough. Oh, and by the way, because we're going to go bossing, I'm switching around my hyper stats so that we get more boss damage and ignore defense, so we can soften up Chaos Zakum a bit more. And here we go. This fight was brutal. Angel Ray only hits 1 enemy, and you kinda want to take out the arms as well to make your life easier. So it was a choice between using Big Bang to kill the arms, or dodge and use Angel Ray to get rid of the main body ASAP. I just did a bit of both, to be honest. Bishops have quite a few buffs, summons, and low cooldown skills to keep in mind, but you have to remember to use everything, which will take some time getting used to. I do love the up jump and float though that all Explorer mages have now. It makes it so easy to dodge those Zakum arm attacks. Besides that, the fight went pretty good. It only took a while, it took 18 minutes, but we only lost 1 life and we earned a ton of money this way. And that concludes week 2 of our progression. Next week we're getting the Pink Bean class to level 200 for those rewards, and continue our grind in the Arcane River. And that was all for today, hope you enjoyed, and as always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Special thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Cowdy Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Digby, Vira, Trevor, Michael Menchaca, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Afterlord_MS, Striker Elk, Taiwan Pun, Radical Jaws, Riser RU, Surtito655, Mathias Simonsson, PC Game Life, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, Conrad Cristales, Ace Light, Mr. Narc, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Mukar1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brendon Cam, Vague Botnet, Fecco, Victor Sunstrom, ceemak, Only, Rashid Alarudi, Galando Balavia, Gianfranco Calderon Canavedo, Lucky Beats, Matinho Dev, Gummy Bullet, Lord Fazil, Spatsty Kaiser, Zonnen, That Archie Guy, Rocco, Gabilek, Louis Bento Brandao, Dante Victory, Snafupop, and Astivalia. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling.